Hey there guys, it is Rob and welcome to the channel. My very first video, I'm going to show you guys my Friday the 13th box set from Scream Factory, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of reviews on YouTube of this thing, but I really love it. It is fantastic. Subscribe for more content and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more. I really appreciate you guys watching, and let's get started with this thing right away. You notice that you have every single Jason movie with their own cases and own cover art, reversible cover art I might add. And you get a booklet and a collection bonus material disc. It is packed with extras and new 4K scans. It is unbelievable. I know there's some problems with certain movies where you had to get replacement discs, but I don't think that's really that big of an issue. And to be honest, you can get this set really cheap now. I mean, I think it's a little over 100, like 106 or 109 or something like that. I thought this set would actually go out of print sooner, but it's actually holding up really well. So if you can get your hands on it, I would definitely go for it now because, yeah, like I said, cheap price. So anyway, the display is really nice. You have each movie there, their spines. Turn around on the side, you have an image of several different Jasons. You have Jason from Part 7. You have Freddy vs. Jason version with the claw mark. You have Uber Jason or Jason X. You have Jason from the remake. You have Jason from Jason Goes to Hell. That is awesome. I love the creativity that went into this. You know, this is what needs to happen on a lot of box sets that come out. I feel like some box sets are just made the lazy way, and Scream Factory definitely puts work into it. Whoops. So if you flip it over, on the top here you have an image of, you know, Jason's mask all bloodied, with of course the axe wound there that he got in Part 3. So that's on top. You flip it around to the back side. Okay. Once again, you have more images of different Jasons. You know, from Part 4, you got Roy down there. Good old Roy. You can't leave Roy out. Again, just fantastic. I love the artwork on this thing. And it says Friday the 13th Collection Deluxe Edition. Really cool. Turn it around. Here you got the other side image, and this has Baghead Jason with the pitchfork, and then down here is, of course, Jason's mother's severed head. And then over here you have Alice in the boat and young Jason getting ready to pull her down. So, yeah, just amazing artwork. I love this so much. Couldn't ask for a better one. So what I'm going to do is go over each individual case and movie and show you guys basically what it looks like. If I can get this out. Show you guys what it looks like on the inside and on the outside. So let's start taking these out here, and I can show you. Alright, so let's take this and put this to the side and start with this. Here we have, of course, Friday the 13th. And you know, it's the movie that started it all. This is it. I love this movie. In fact, I love all of them. I love all the Friday the 13th movies. And this is, you know, the silhouette there with the knife. It says, "They were warned, they are doomed, and on Friday the 13th, nothing will save them." And if you open it up, you have the theatrical version as well as the uncut version. You take this disc out, and here you have reversible artwork. Even though I prefer the silhouette, but it's still cool to have. You know, with Scream Factory, you get that. Other companies do it too, but Scream Factory does it really well. And here is the back. You have the synopsis: special features, new 4K scan of the original camera negative. Most of them have the new 4K scan. So that's really nice. All right, so anyway, that is Friday the 13th. Now, moving on to Friday the 13th, Part 2. Again, I love this cover art. I love the fact that it's the silhouette, you know, with an axe instead of a knife. The body count continues. And you open it up, and there is the disc, Friday the 13th, Part 2. And you remove the disc here, and this is the reversible artwork. And I like that. I like the text, but I prefer the actual silhouette, to be honest. And it's like that on most of them. But here is the back of the film, or of the case itself. New 4K scan, just like the first movie. So, awesome. Friday the 13th, Part 2. Moving on to Friday the 13th, Part 3, 3D. Now, this is my favorite one out of the whole series because I have a huge history with this movie. It is the first Friday the 13th movie I ever saw, the first one I picked up on VHS, and ever since then I was hooked. So this is the pinnacle of the Friday the 13th movies for me. So here we have the inside, the disc and all. Now the cover art for this, or the reversible cover artwork, it's okay. I don't think it's the greatest, but it's, you know, it's something. They give you something. It's something different. But when it comes to these things, you know, I always prefer the originals. I just, you know, like the VHS even cover art. There's the back with Jason there. Really, really cool. Again, new 4K scan. So, yeah. Friday the 13th, Part 3. Moving on to Friday the 13th, the final chapter, or also known as Friday the 13th, Part 4. That cover art has always been my favorite. I just love it. I remember the NES game does the same thing with the knife going through the eye hole of the mask there. It's really, really awesome. And then, of course, that's the inside there with the disc, which has the same artwork as the cover. And then when you look at the reversible artwork, again, it's a text, kind of like the Friday the 13th Part 2 reversible artwork. But again, I prefer the other one. So, there is the back. You got Tommy Jarvis in his mask there. New 4K scan. So, the final chapter. Now we get to Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. Now, I love this movie. I don't care what people say. It's goofy, but I think there's a charm to it. I love the kills, the characters. It says, if Jason still haunts you, you're not alone. I do like that cover art, but I prefer the VHS cover art. The VHS cover art just showed a real goalie mask, like a hockey mask, and that's all it showed on there. But they don't have that option for this, and I don't know why. But there is the disc art is the same, but if you look at the reversible artwork, it's text, but it just looks really plain. I don't think I would ever use that artwork. Again, it's nice that they give you a choice, but I just think in this case, it's just not the best one. Okay, so here's the back. You got Vic there. Leave me alone. Forget it, Vic. Just forget it. Poor Joey. Now this one is, I believe, the start of the 4K scans not being included, because it doesn't say anything about it. It just says new audio commentary. It doesn't say anything about the new 4K scan. So I believe this is the movie that starts it. So they only did, I don't know if they just did the 4K scans for the first 4 movies. Yeah, I'm not sure, but anyway, that is part 5. Moving on to a lot of people's favorite of the series, and that is Friday the 13th, part 6. Jason Lives, Kill or Be Killed. I also love that cover art. It's one of my favorites with the tombstone. They do the whole James Bond thing in the beginning credits. And this movie, or this actual case itself, does not have the reversible artwork. Instead, they just decided to go with, an image of Jason there, which is fine. I mean, it's cool to have something on the inserts, because usually, if you buy like a DVD or Blu-ray nowadays, it's like they don't even include the insert stuff anymore. It's just like a plain blank, DVD case or Blu-ray case. So here is the back. Again, new audio commentary, but there's no 4K scan of the movie. So, moving on to part 7, The New Blood. Jason vs. Carrie. On Friday the 13th, Jason is back, but this time someone's waiting. So he finally has a fight, I guess. And there's the inside. Pretty cool disc art. I like the disc art, but again, no reversible artwork. It just has this cool scene where he's about to throw the axe, which is also the cover of the NES game. If you remember the NES game, the actual case is that right there, that image of Jason holding the axe. So it's a really, really cool image to have on the inserts. And then, of course, you got audio commentary and all that, and no 4K scan. So, again, so far we have Friday 13th Part 5, 6, and 7 with no new scan. Here we get to pretty much everyone's least favorite movie in the series, and that is Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Even though I don't understand it, I love this movie. New York Has a New Problem. I love that cover art. I love this movie. I guess I don't need to take the disc out for you guys to see what the insert looks like. But yeah, it's Jason, in the scene where he discovers he's in New York, in this big city, and looks up and he sees the, you know, the hockey mask. You can kind of relate, I guess. And, of course, you know, audio commentary, all that stuff, and no scan. So, this is the scene where Jason teleports up the pole. So, that's the Friday the 13th movies. Now we're moving on to the Jason movies, okay? And we get to Jason Goes to Hell. A lot of people hate this movie, but I actually like it. Evil has finally found a home. This is the final Friday. I saw this in the theater, and I love it. So in this one, you get the theatrical version, which is there on the right, and then the unrated version on the left. Pretty cool. Of course, you want to see the unrated version. That's just my opinion. And I don't need to show you the cover art on the... It's basically the same with a few more text there, but it's basically the same cover art. It's got new audio commentary, new interviews, new 2K scan of the original there. So instead of a 4K scan, it's a 2K scan. And I believe this is one of the replacement discs. Here we have one of the goofiest ones, and that's Jason X. Evil gets an upgrade, basically Terminator Jason, I guess so to say. Here we have the inside with the disc art and all that stuff. And the reversible artwork is pretty much the same. Then we have new interviews, and that's pretty much it. No new scan of the film. Moving on to Freddy versus Jason, which, you know, in my eyes, this movie's more of a Freddy film than Jason. Jason kind of takes a backseat in this. He's used as a pawn, because Freddy's kind of the main. It's kind of the main story is Freddy, but pretty cool cover art. It's got the disc that, you know, is on the DVD cover right there, which is also another poster. But then if you take this off here and you see, you can actually put that cover art. But the thing that, you know, there's no text saying Freddy versus Jason. It just says versus. I mean, if you obviously know who they are, but I'm just saying there's no text saying Freddy versus Jason. So that's fine. But there is the back, and there's Freddy about ready to kill Jason there. But yeah, Freddy versus Jason. Then we have the final film in the franchise, and that is the 2009 remake, which I thought was okay. I don't think it's the greatest thing, but I thought it was alright. A little rushed, but it's the same Killer Cut Blu-ray they used from the Killer Cut, which I actually have. You can see right there, it says Killer Cut. Same exact disc. And the cover art here is different, and I do like it. I do like this cover art where it shows Jason standing in the woods, kind of creepy. It's pretty good. I like that one. Yeah, they use the same thing as the Killer Cut, which is just weird. There's no, you know, this includes the theatrical version and the extended unrated cut, but that's about it. Alright, so here we have the collection bonus material, which is pretty awesome. You get to see all the bonus stuff behind the scenes. You get bonus disc 1 and bonus disc 2. And the insert is Alice laying in the canoe. And the back pretty much shows you some special features, new interviews, new location featurette, whole bunch of stuff to look at. The last thing that you get in this amazing set is the collection booklet, okay? And this is actually the same, if I can stand this up, this is the same image you get on the box. It's actually on the top of the box there. It's the same image. But in this thing, you know, you get a bunch of information about, you know, each of the films and some screenshots, which is pretty cool. Get to read up on some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Pretty awesome book. So, yeah, that's it. That is the Friday the 13th Deluxe collection on Blu-ray. I definitely recommend this to you guys, like I said, especially now when it's really, really cheap. I think you guys would be happy with it. Just definitely grab it if you're a Friday the 13th fan. You definitely would think your money is well spent for all this stuff. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more videos like this. I'm going to be doing movie reviews, top 10s, collection updates. I'm going to be doing all sorts of stuff. But like I said, subscribe for more content. And I'll see you guys in the next one.